Someone at Conestoga College is getting a makeover, and it's not a teacher or a student. Cliffy the Condor, the school's mascot, has had the same costume for 25 years, and the board of directors decided it was time for a change. Reporter Kate Childs investigates.
We all know his face, but how often do we see him? Cliffy the Condor is getting a new look.
Conestoga Students Incorporated are updating their mascot. Is this really what the school needs, or does school spirit even matter here?
At many universities, school spirit is all around. Their mascots attend lots of events and are the face of the sports teams. At the University of Waterloo, the King Warrior mascot shows his face for many events and socializes with the crowd. With the upgrade, what is CSI trying to accomplish? CSI President Kira Byrne explains the idea behind Cliffy.
So the board, during the strategic planning, and even the new board that's coming in, on their priorities is, we've built a good organization with great services for the students, and now they really want to work on, engaging students in that school spirit and getting everybody in like the Conestoga pride and being proud to go here. They've seen Cliffy, and they've seen that a lot of people don't like to wear him, so he only comes out at certain times. But they wanted a mascot that, would be able to be out at every event, out at sporting games, that fit in with all of the different scenes of the college. So they really just think, updating Cliffy was kind of a step forward to getting that school pride, to get people, maybe excited about Cliffy's huge makeover or whatever it may be at the beginning of the year, and then building off of that.
The new look will make Cliffy look buff and athletic, donning different team jerseys for different games. But can the school really afford this?
The quote came in at about $3,000, so I know it's a lot for a costume, but if we keep this one for 25 years like we did the last Cliffy, I'm sure we'll pay that off quite soon.
The lack of varsity teams leaves some students with nothing more to do than work out in the fitness room.
I have my interests, and those are the ones I tend to follow. If the school had activities that were geared towards my interests, like obviously the weight room is one of them. I come here, I attend this. It's one of my interests. If the school had a wrestling team, I'd probably be on it too.
Improvements to the mascot is the first step to improving school pride. For Spoke TV, I'm Kate Childs.
With National Organ Donor Week starting on April 15th, the Canadian Association of Transplant hopes to educate the public with the benefits of organ donation. I had the opportunity to sit with a local hero to talk about the experiences he went through with organ donation.
More than 4,000 Canadians are waiting for some sort of organ or tissue donation. Last year alone, only 1,800 people were treated, leaving many patiently waiting. Here in Kitchener, Raymond Jonathan was one of those lucky few. Here is his story. In the summer of 1996, Raymond took on Ancaster's 5-kilometer Old Mill race. Things were looking up after finishing first in his last race, but things got ugly that day.
I come staggering across the line. I am totally exhausted. I am going side to side, and I'm just trying to avoid falling on my face on the concrete, on the asphalt. I'm going to cross that damn line, but by then I already knew I could count. I was in 7th. I wasn't making the prize.
After months of trying to feel better, Raymond decided he finally needed to go to a hospital. It was there at the Hamilton General where he was diagnosed with an incurable liver infection. Raymond helps us understand what that really means.
Yes, it's called primary sclerosing cholangitis. It is a disease of the bile ducts, the small tubes in your liver. And the easiest analogy is to consider it like a filter. My filter was getting clogged. That's why I had no energy.
All he could do now is wait. Raymond's mom didn't know what to think or what to do to help him.
I remember the shock of knowing that he may not have too many years to live. And the first thing I remember, I started to cry, and then I stopped. Crying is not going to help Raymond. But to think that something like that was ahead of him, it was mind-boggling and very upsetting. I tried not to show it to him because it wasn't going to help him any.
Even after being diagnosed, things started to go downhill from there. Even his feet and ankles started to swell.
Everything that I had the health, wealth, and happiness they tell you are the keys to life were all gone. All I had left was a determination to stay alive. I'm going to stay alive. I have a goal, that is to see my daughter graduate from university. She isn't yet in high school, so we got a ways to go.
For 12 years, he sat waiting for some sort of news on the status of his liver.
In Canada, about 25% of people are registered as organ or tissue donors. About 90% of people agree with it, but do nothing about it. In Kitchener, about 78,000 people are registered over the age of 16. The decision to be an organ donor could save the lives of as many as 7 people and enhance 75 more.
Even after making the list, he still had to wait 3 years for a final result. It was one day before he was to be taken off the donor list. After a solid recovery, all he could think about was how amazing those who donate really are. Getting back into running was also something that he knew he wanted to pursue once again. Raymond has started to train his body to get back into race mode. Raymond's daughter Elizabeth tells us her thoughts on her father starting to race once again.
I think my dad, after so many years of living with this, needs to do what makes him happy. For him, running was a really big part of his life, and just being able to do it for any length of time is a miracle, frankly.
For the past year, Raymond has been working hard for the upcoming indoor championships this coming March, getting to the gym and track as much as possible. Raymond says that if he medals this March, the prize money will go to his donor family. For Spoke TV, I'm Bob Mooney.
Grand River Hospital has implemented a new rule of no smoking anywhere on their property. Spoke TV reporter Marcus Wolfe examines why people are so fired up.
As of April 2nd, Kitchener-Waterloo's Grand River Hospital's entire property, indoors and outdoors, became smoke-free. That means heading towards the sidewalk in order to light up. The decision has come with mixed reviews. Some smokers feel like it has gone too far and that they are being treated like dogs. Grand River's communication officer, Cheryl Evans, tells us why they made the decision.
Well, we're certainly not the first healthcare facility to do this, but I think we felt like we had an opportunity here to lead by example and to really provide a healthy environment for our patients and staff and visitors.
Sure, the hospital has their reasons for moving smokers to the sidewalk, but how do smokers themselves feel about this inconvenience?
It's kind of far walk, but it's okay, you know. It's a little far walk, but it's not a big deal. Because some sick people don't like to smoke, you know.
Even nurses who are smokers are on board with the idea.
Because if they have the secondhand smoke on them and they work with a client on a daily basis a lot, they can transmit that secondhand smoke and really screw up the patient and just cause some harm that shouldn't be done.
But what is the hospital doing to help patients who smoke? Making it out to the sidewalk is quite the inconvenience for them.
We haven't seen any struggles. I'm sure there will be a few complaints. But what we are offering patients is a number of NRT products. Those are nicotine replacement therapy products. So staff have been well educated through this process. We've been working on it for about 1.5 years now.
Evans goes on to tell us how well the removal of the smoke shelters on the hospital's property went.
Actually, we just received some communication from security who have indicated that it has been fairly smooth. Most people are moving off the property, and we're really taking an approach of education as opposed to enforcement. So we've developed some nice cards that people can hand to people who are smoking on the property to remind them. And so far, so good.
The municipality of Waterloo enacted the toughest smoking ban in the country by banning smoking in all public places in 2001. A decade ago, 25% of Canadians were smokers, compared to the 17% of today. For Spoke TV, I'm Marcus Wolfe.
The non-profit organization KDUB is back to hold this year's International Pillow Fight event. Spoke TV's Stephen Ward heads to Uptown Waterloo to give us the inside scoop.
2, 1, pillow fight!
A lot of us don't get out enough and have fun. Movements like the Urban Playground that have spread across the world, letting everyday people be kids again, even if it's only for an hour. In Kitchener-Waterloo, KDUB, a local group that puts on 10 events throughout the year to celebrate just having fun. Dan Lochner, the founder of KDUB, fills us in on why he organizes the events.
KDUB is a community building organization. We are dedicated to having more fun in Kitchener-Waterloo, just random stuff. We're not here to collect any money or raise money for anything. It's just let's enjoy life and have some more fun.
KDUB provides a variety of events, their largest being the Zombie Walk back in October, where everyone has a chance to dress up and hit the streets as the undead. During the winter months, they hold the Shake and Skates, with local DJs spinning while all ages skate in Uptown Waterloo. The latest event was the International Pillow Fight Day that brought students and children out to relieve some stress.
Why a pillow fight? Why not? It's so much fun. You can see people in the background just smacking random people. It's a good way to relieve stress, make new friends, have fun at the end of winter.
Many of us are stressed and look for a release, whether it's at the gym or going out and just having some good old fun for no reason at all. Local university students explained why events like these help them get through the tough times.
I would go insane if I didn't have anything else to do other than school. I've got a lot to do at school. I should be doing work right now, really, but I wouldn't be able to focus if I didn't have some release sometimes.
If you're not having fun, then it's really hard to stay focused in school and be successful. So you need to have as much fun as you can, while studying, but you gotta have those stress breaks. This is just a dream come true for me. Like, I don't get to have a pillow fight in public very often, and this is a perfect opportunity to do that.
At the 3rd annual Pillow Fight in Uptown Waterloo, I'm Stephen Ward for Spoke TV.
That's all we have for you this week. For Spoke TV, I'm Patricia Lico.
And I'm Bob Mooney. For more local and campus news, visit spokeonline.com.